Alright, what's going on, boys? We got a trade recap today for Friday, July 11th. Took a loss today. I already tried to film this video once as well, but my audio was not working, so might speed run this a little bit. But unfortunate, we took a loss today on a Friday to end the week, so I'm pretty much break even for the week after the win yesterday. So we'll go over my bias, what I was looking for, and what I can do to improve, because I can definitely improve on this loss. So coming into today, I had a bearish bias. If we just look at the 1 hour time frame, we have bearish structure. Coming into the morning, we are respecting and holding bearish imbalances and sort of selling off here. We also had reasons to rebalance on the higher time frames because we had this generated sell side liquidity. We had this daily swing low. We also have a weekly imbalance down here, which we could potentially rebalance to. And this is all happening after sweeping out all-time highs. So if we just come over to the Discord real quick, pre-market, this is what we looked like on the higher time frames. And I said shorts look good today, externally targeting that daily swing low and the weekly BISI below it. After sweeping all-time highs on ES and NQ, price is a nothing other than run through bullish imbalances, and 1 hour structure is very bearish. So we can't be bullish until we start to run through these 1 hour SIBIs. So I honestly really liked my bias today. I just needed a little bit more confirmation on the trade that I did end up taking. So we have this 1 hour imbalance. When we come up, we have manipulation right when the market opens. We come up and sweep these highs, boom, and then we come down, and I entered on this CISD, SMT, IFVG. So when we come down and we have a change in state delivery, we ran through this 5 minute imbalance as well, and so I entered on the retest of the change in the state, and we just get ran through. So where I went wrong on this trade is the fact that we haven't yet really had a valid high time frame market structure shift to the downside to confirm a retracement to this external daily sell side liquidity. So I would label this trade as more of an internal retracement. We have reasons to retrace, but we haven't had that valid, a clean market structure shift on the 1 hour time frame. So this is more of an internal retracement. And me personally, I'm going to go over this more in depth in the course that is coming out, but I like to have 3 time frames of confirmation. I notice that like 80 to 90% of my losses, they come from when I only have 2 time frames of confirmation. And right here, we have the 1 hour fair value gap, and then zooming into the 5 minute, this 5 minute entry would only be the second time frame of confirmation for me. So that's why, I wasn't really thinking about that when I entered the trade, but that's pretty much why this trade failed. We don't have the confirmation of this low yet because we don't have a clean market structure shift on the 1 hour time frame. This is all internal structure. So we have the 1 hour and then the 5 minute. So I should have waited for a pullback to either a 5 minute SIBI or a 1 minute SIBI. I also posted this. Hindsight is 2020, but probably should have waited for either a 1 minute or 5 minute SIBI to get tapped and respected. I have a lot more confidence in that, so like we actually ended up opening up a 5 minute imbalance right here. And that's what I have a lot more confidence in, is waiting for that middle time frame fair value gap to open up and then zooming in on the lower time frame for an entry confirmation. If we zoomed in to the 15-second chart, which is the aligned time frame, this never gets respected. It gets freaking ran through. Even if that 5 minute wasn't there and we were simply just playing off of this 1 minute fair value gap right here, this 1 minute gets completely ran through 5-second chart. So it never got respected. And the entry, this 5 minute entry here was kind of just more of an excuse to get into the trade and be a part of the trade, because I knew that when this formed, you know, before this CISD happened, like I wanted to see this 1 minute get tapped and respected, but I didn't know if we were actually going to come all the way back up here to it before selling off. So I was like, the CISD gave me this gave me an opportunity to be a part of the trade before we actually tapped that fair value gap, and it was like, okay, even if we don't come all the way up there, like I'm still in the trade, I'm not going to miss out on it. So for me, it felt like more of an excuse to just get into the trade. Like I said, in addition to that, I feel like I need to have another time frame confirmation, and that's a mistake that I made, and mistakes happen. So losses are all about just learning from those mistakes. So the ideal play in this scenario would be waiting for either the 1 minute time frame can be my middle time frame confirmation. This can be the middle time frame, but we did open up this 5 minute, so the 5 minute would become the middle time frame, and I would then need to zoom into this 5 minute fair value gap once we pulled back to it and wait for that entry confirmation, or wait for it to get respected on the lower time frames, right? If we come to the 15-second and then we boom, have a market structure shift, okay, now I have 3 time frames of confirmation. This is a high probability trade, and then we can go short, but it never got respected. So yeah, it sucks. That's the loss that I took this morning. It sucks to end the week off on a loss. Kind of negates the the good win that I took yesterday, but there's nothing that we can do about it. So always something to learn from a loss. And then one thing I would like to point out is once we do run through this 1 hour imbalance, this 1 hour candle closes, we disrespect it, and we displace higher. This high becomes so free. Once we run through this, where is the market going to draw to? This high here. It's also the beginning of a 4 hour fair value gap. So this is where a high probability trade would have happened, right? We have this placement, we have our high time frame draw, we have middle time frame displacement. We then there was no 5 minute fair value gap here, but there was this 1 minute here. Boom. 1 minute would be our middle time frame in this scenario. Boom, we zoom into the 1 minute to the 5-second chart. This would be our low time frame confirmation, and then boom, we have a market structure shift right here. Boom. This high becomes insanely free once we run through, and this is exactly what I said in my pre-market bias. Once we run through this imbalance, this high is literally free. It's unfortunate that I took the loss before this and I wasn't able to be a part of this move because my rules are one trade and done. But yeah, this is just another. I don't know if any of you guys took this. This is a great opportunity in my opinion. We're still early on into the market open within the first macro, taking advantage of the market open volatility. Yeah, 1 minute to 5 second. We would still have 3 time frames of confirmation in this scenario, and then we come down, break structure to the upside. Another potential entry would have been right here. We had the market structure shift. We had a market structure shift here, and then pulled back to a fair value gap, a 5-second fair value gap. The internal model would have gotten taken, so you would go break even here, and then, but once price comes back down and remanipulates this low, you can then re-enter again. Either way, you know, after a loss, there's no reason to stress it because I have the skill of being able to determine where the market wants to go and where it's most likely going to go and when it wants to do so. So once you have this skill, like, you're going to be on the charts either way. Next week, I'm going to be on the charts whether I won or lost today, right? So there's always more opportunity to come. And a break-even week is not the worst thing in the world. Yes, it sucks to end the week off on a loss, but the only thing that I can do now is learn from it, and that's why it's important to journal your trades, to break down your losses. And so yeah, that's my trade recap for today. Took a loss here, and break even on the week. So let me know if y'all guys took a trade or not. That's my trade recap for today, and how I can improve in the future. So I appreciate y'all watching. I will see you on the next one. Peace out, boys.